Today, we're diving into a really powerful, and honestly, a deeply emotional passage. It's all about a leader preparing his closest followers for the fact that he's about to leave them. It's this incredible journey that starts with total grief and ends with a promise of unshakable peace. So let's get into it.
Right off the bat, you have to ask this question. I mean, it sounds completely backward, doesn't it? Imagine your mentor, your guide, telling you that the best thing for you is for them to just leave, especially when you know tough times are coming. That's the central puzzle we're going to try and piece together today.
So let's set the scene. The leader gets his inner circle together, and you can just feel the tension in the air. He starts talking, but it's cryptic, it's alarming, and it's all about him leaving them very, very soon.
And you can literally hear their confusion in their own words. They're whispering to each other, trying to figure it out. What on earth does he mean by a little while? The message just isn't landing. It's not bringing clarity, it's just creating a fog of questions. They're completely lost.
And right on the heels of that confusion comes this huge wave of sorrow. The text says they are filled with grief. This isn't just a little bit of sadness. This is a deep, overwhelming sense of loss. It feels like the floor has just dropped out from under them.
And then, as if that wasn't enough, he adds this absolutely terrifying layer. Their grief isn't just about losing their friend. It's about raw, gut-wrenching fear. He's telling them he's leaving right before a time of extreme persecution. The stakes just got raised like 100 times higher.
So, the stage is set with confusion, grief, and fear. The room is probably spiraling, and it's right at that moment that the leader completely pivots. He shifts from the problem to a solution they could have never seen coming. The arrival of someone called the advocate.
And here is where the entire logic flips on its head. He says his leaving is actually the precondition for something better. What seemed like the worst possible news is suddenly reframed as a necessary step. It's like he's saying, me being here with you in one physical spot is actually limiting. If I go, someone can come who will be with all of you, everywhere, in a much deeper way.
So who is this advocate anyway? Well, the text calls him the Spirit of Truth, and his job description is pretty amazing. He's going to testify about the leader, he's going to guide the followers into all truth, and he'll even give them a heads up about what's coming in the future. He's part guide, part witness, part counselor.
And a huge part of the advocate's mission is to basically set the record straight with the world on three big things. He's going to expose what sin really is, at its core a refusal to believe. He'll demonstrate what true righteousness looks like, which is validated by the leader's return to the Father. And finally, he'll make it clear that judgment has already happened, that evil has already been defeated.
Okay, so he's laid out the why, the logical reason for his departure, but he knows that doesn't just magically fix how they are feeling. So now, he goes back to the heart of the matter. He wants to totally transform their emotional state.
And look at this contrast. It is so stark. He doesn't dismiss their pain. He says, I see you. You're going to weep and mourn. He validates it. But then he makes this incredible promise. That same grief, the very thing causing them pain, is going to be turned into joy. It's not replaced, it's transformed.
So how does he explain this incredible emotional alchemy? He uses one of the most powerful, universal analogies there is, childbirth. Everyone understands this on a gut level. The pain of labor is real, it's intense, it's all-consuming. But the joy of seeing that new child is so profound, it doesn't just outweigh the pain, it completely rewrites the memory of it. That's the kind of joy he's promising.
But here's the real kicker. This joy he's talking about, it isn't some fleeting, happy feeling that depends on good circumstances. He promises that they will rejoice and that no one will take away your joy. It's permanent. It's secure. It's a joy that can't be touched by the outside world. That's the ultimate reassurance.
And that brings us to the final part, where everything really comes together. He's addressed their confusion, he's addressed their grief, and now he delivers his ultimate overarching promise.
I love this part because it's so brutally honest. There is zero sugarcoating. He doesn't say, don't worry, once I'm gone, everything will be easy. No, he says the exact opposite. He guarantees it. In this world, you will have trouble. He looks them right in the eye and tells them to expect hardship.
And then comes the climax of the entire speech. Right after promising them trouble, he delivers the punchline. But take heart, I have overcome the world. This is everything.
The peace he's offering isn't based on an absence of problems, it's a peace that exists right in the middle of them, because it's based on a victory that's already been won.
And so that's what we're left with. This whole journey, from grief to joy, from confusion to clarity, all builds to this final massive idea. It leaves us with a question to really chew on. What does it actually mean to find peace, not by escaping the troubles of the world, but by holding on to a victory that's bigger than all of them?